Hello, students. Hope you all have done your last assignment based on letter writing for formal informal. Today I'm going to start with a new chapter, tenses. Particularly in this video, I'll be talking about present tense. So let's start. Tenses. At first, you should know that there are three kinds of tenses that we are going to discuss. Today, in this video, I'll be talking about the four kinds of tenses which is in the present tense. But before going to start with that, just have a look on the screen. On the screen, you can see there are three pictures based on the three categories. First category, which shows past tense, second one that shows present tense, and the last one that shows future tense. Now in past tense, the past the kind of houses made in the past tense, that is shown. Now present tense shows which kind of which kind of buildings, which kind of things you can see around you at this time. And the last picture, you can see the future, what will be the future scenario. So these are the three categories which shows the three types of tenses. Now let's start with the subdivisions. Tenses, as I've already told you, that there are three kinds of tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now, starting with the present tense, there are four kinds of present tenses: simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Now, if I talk about past tense, there are four kinds again: simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. Similarly, in future tense also, there are four subtypes: simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. So, overall, there are 12 kinds of tenses which we are going to study in the chapter tenses. But today, I'm going to talk with you all only present tense. Now, before moving towards the present tense, its rules along with examples, let's have a look on the list of tenses, the list of rules which we apply in tenses. On the screen, you can see there is a table, and in that table, category wise, it is given. Now, present tense, when we talk about simple present tense, I speak and he speaks. You remember, in present tense we use this rule, like subject and just after subject either base form of verb or present tense form of verb. So when I say I speak, so I is subject and speak is base form of the verb, that is also called V1. Now, he speaks, in this particular sentence, he is subject and speaks, that is present tense form of the verb. Now, similarly, you can see present continuous tense. The rule says I am speaking. With the help of this example, I am going to explain you the rule. Now, according to the rule, it is subject. After that, there should be is or am or are. So, subject plus is am are plus present participle form of the verb. Present participle form of the verb is also called V4. Right, in this present participle form of the verb, you will see at the end ing suffix is used. With suffix ing suffix is used. Now, in the second set of example, you can see here is given he is speaking. Now, he is speaking, in this he subject is, that is verb, helping verb, and speaking, that is main verb, and it is V4, means present participle form of verb. Now, moving towards the next part, that is present perfect tense. In present perfect tense, again you can see two examples are given. I'm going to read out these two examples, and along with that I'll be also explaining you how the rule works. Now, I have spoken. Now, I have spoken, in this I subject, have helping verb or auxiliary verb, spoken, that is main verb, and this spoken is past participle form of the verb. Past participle form is also called V3. Now next one you see, it's given he has spoken. Now he subject, has, that is helping verb, and spoken main verb V3, that is past participle form of the verb. Here you remember, children, that have, the verb have is used with first person singular plural both, second person singular plural both, and third person plural, whereas has, the verb has is used with third person singular number. Now what is third person singular number? So third person singular number like he, she, it, or any noun which is one, means any singular noun. So we can say he has spoken, the teacher has spoken, the child has spoken. But when we talk about the children, so I'll say like this, the children have spoken, not the children has spoken. Here you mark, has is used with third person singular number. Now the next part, that is present perfect continuous tense, in which there are again two set of examples are given. Just have a look on that. I have been speaking. Now I have been speaking, in this I subject, have been again helping verb, speaking, that is main verb. Now main verb is in the form of present participle. Ing form is called present participle form. Present participle form it's given. Now most of the time, just after writing speaking or just after writing the V4, the present participle form of the verb, we also use for and since. So later on in the next part, when I'll be discussing with you all the detailed version of each and every tenses, in that, along with the help of examples, I'll be explaining you how to use for and since, and what are the context in which it can be used. Now past tense also, similarly you can see four categories are given. In the first category, simple past rules are mentioned, so continuous, then perfect and perfect continuous. So I'll be discussing about the rules of past tense and future tense later in my next video, as I'm going to discuss about present tense in this video. That is why I've explained you the rules of present tense. Now let's start with the new part. Now in the next section, we are going to read about simple present tense. Now simple present tense, what are the times when simple present tense is used? Now on the screen you can see that there are 8 categories. There are 8 sections are given. One by one, each and every section will be discussed. First one, habitual action. Now when we talk about our habits, our daily routine things, the things which we do every day, in such cases, present tense, simple present tense is used. For example, he drinks tea every morning. Now drinking tea is the habit of that person. He takes tea every morning. That is why it's given, he drinks tea every morning. So this is the habitual action. Second example, I drink tea every morning. Same example, but only the subject is changed. Now what is the purpose of keeping same examples, you know 2 times? So the only purpose is to show you that along with he, we use present tense form of the verb, that is drinks. He drinks, but I drink. We can't say I drinks. No, it's wrong. It should be he drinks, I drink, we drink, you drink, right? But he drinks, she drinks, the person drinks, the teacher drinks. So these are the ways, a subject, these are the ways via which a sentence can be changed. Now the second part, when we are talking about universal truth or general truth, you remember here, universal truth or general truth. Now what are universal truth or general truth? Which are proven, which nobody can deny. Now the sun rises in the east. Now we everybody know that the sun rises in the east, it cannot be risen in the west. So it is a universal truth, we cannot change it. We cannot say the sun rose in the east. No, it's truth. So it should always be in simple present tense. So the sun rises in the east. Now, fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. It is also a general truth. Now, the next part is vivid narrative, substitute for simple past. Now, there are many times when we use, there are very various ways of narration. We can narrate a story, we can tell a story in past tense also, but sometimes it happens instead of using past tense, we also use simple present tense for narrating a story. So this is us, there was a story of Shohrab and Rustam. So that story is can be narrated in past tense also, and if you want to narrate the same story in present tense, can be narrated. So Shohrab now rushes forward and gives a heavy blow to Rustam. Now Shohrab and Rustam, these are the characters here. Actually, Shohrab and Rustam, they were father and son respectively. So from that particular text, one line is taken here, in as example. So Shohrab now rushes forward and gives a heavy blow to Rustam. So now, what are the words which tell us that it is in simple present tense? So rushes and gives. Rushes, gives. These are the verbs which are in the present tense form. That is V5. Now, the fourth one, that is conditional sentences. Now, conditional sentences, children, here you mark. There are three kinds of conditional sentences, but in this particular section, we are going to talk about the first kind of conditional sentence. In the first kind of conditional sentence, that is imaginary condition, we always talk about, one thing, that what happens, if this happens, what we will do. For example, I shall wait until you finish your work. So I shall wait until you finish your work. Here you mark, the person is ready to wait for the another person until the another person finishes his work. So if clause, you can see future, simple future tense is used, and main clause, it's given you finish your work. This is in you finish your work, it is in simple present tense. Now the next section, exclamatory sentences beginning with here and there. Now such exclamatory sentences which are beginning with here and there, for example, two examples are given here. First example also starts with here, and the second example starts with there. So these verbs are used at the beginning. Here comes the bus, sign of exclamation at the end. Second one, there she goes, sign of exclamation is there at the end. So such exclamatory sentences which starts with here and there, we write such sentences in simple present tense. Now what are the verbs which tell us that it is in simple present tense? Comes in the first sentence, and the second sentence goes. Now the next one, a future event, part of fixed timetable. Now future event, part of fixed timetable means when we are talking about any future event and that is fixed. For example, the new flight is at 7 tomorrow morning. Now the new flight is at 7 tomorrow morning means the timing of the timing of the flight is fixed. So it is a fixed part of the timetable. Now the next sentence, that is the match starts at 9 o'clock. Now when the match is going to start at 9 o'clock and this time is fixed, that is why this sentence is written in simple present tense. Now the next part is when we introduce a quotation. Keats says. Now Keats is a very famous romantic poet, right? So that is the name here written. Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Now a thing of beauty is a joy forever is is the first line of a poem, right? So this is written Keats says, and here you see says, here it is simple present tense. So that is why when we are talking about quotation, it can be introduced also with simple present tense, right? And you remember, when we are talking about such things, when we are talking about the things which is universally approved, which is general truth, when we are talking about any work, any writer who has written something, So we generally use simple present tense. Last one that is here, last but not the least, another one more column is there, one more section is there, in which we are talking about simple present tense. So this, in this particular screen, this is the last one, broadcast commentaries. Now broadcast commentaries, what do you mean by that? You must have, I think you must have witnessed such cricket, any sort of sports, any cricket matches. So in that particular places, you might have heard that how the people comments, there are some people who were commenting on the matches. So it can be comment, it can be used in broadcast commentaries also. And here comes Dhoni, the captain of Indian cricket team. So here, what is simple present tense? So the verb of simple present tense comes, right? So here comes Dhoni, the captain of Indian cricket team. Now these were the 8 things which we have discussed in the last screen. But children, you note these verbs on account, there are many other verbs, on account of their meaning, are mostly used in simple present tense. Now what are the verbs which are used in simple present tense? And we always do this mistake to use in present continuous tense. Now these are the verbs, the 5 categories of verbs are given. First one, verbs of perception, verbs of appearance, verbs of emotion, verbs of thinking, verbs of possession. Now verbs of perception means see, hear, notice, smell, recognize. So example, you can see the roses smell lovely. We cannot say the roses are smelling lovely, it will be wrong, because the roses smell lovely, this is a truth, right? The smell of the rose is lovely, so we should not change is smelling lovely, no, it's wrong. Now the second one, the verbs of appearance, the verbs of appearance like appear, look, seem. Example that is given, is she fine? She seems sad today. Now, in such when such words are given, we always use simple present tense according to the context. Is she fine? She seems sad today. Now, the third verb is verbs of emotion like want, wish, desire, feel, like, love, hate, hope, refuse, prefer. Now, these are the verbs of emotion. These verbs are also used as simple present tense. I prefer humanitarian aspect. Humanitarian aspect means when you are talking about humans first and then anything else. You are talking about humans first and then the nation and then the society or then any particular community. So I prefer, but you concentrate on the word prefer. Prefer is base form of the verb. It is used in present tense, simple present tense. So I prefer humanitarian aspect. Now the fourth one, that is verbs of thinking. Think, suppose, believe, agree, consider, trust, remember, forget, know, understand, imagine, mean, mind. Now these are the verbs of thinking. In this also we use simple present tense. She knows the answer. Now here knows, it is present tense form of the verb. She knows the answer. We cannot say she is knowing the answer, right? So this will be wrong. Now the last one will be verbs of possession, right? Now have, own, possess, owe, include, depend on, belong to, contain, consist of, be. Be means is, am, are, was, were, right? Has, have. So these are. Now example, he has a cell phone. Now he has a cell phone. Here has is verb of possession. Now moving towards the next section, in which we will be discussing about present continuous tense. Now present continuous tense, children, you remember, it is used when an action is going on at the time of speaking. Now the boys are playing cricket. So boys are playing cricket now, right? So this action is still going on. For example, I am teaching you now. So the action of teaching is still going on. Suppose by the time, the time when you will be watching this video, so that time also will be present continuous. You are watching the video. Now second example, she is singing now. She hear the person, right? She is singing now. So the process of singing is still going on. Now, second time when present continuous tense is used, an action about to take place in near future. Any action which is just going to happen, it's going to happen just next. You can say next. So, an action about to take place in near future. Example, I'm going to the cinema today. My uncle is arriving tomorrow. So here I'm going to the cinema today. So today means just after this you're going to the cinema. Now my uncle is arriving tomorrow means just the next day, right? So you remember the two things here. Present continuous tense is used in when an action is going on still, at the time of speaking, and the second thing, an action is about to take place in near future. Now, the next part is present perfect tense. When present perfect tense is used, so present perfect tense is used at three times. Now, first one, completed action in immediate past means you just have completed that action. For example, I have just taken my breakfast. This example I have taken on my own. Now, second example which is given on the screen. First example you can see he has just gone out. I have just taken my meal. Now second time when present perfect tense is used, completed action, but the effects is in the present means that action is over, but the effect of that action is still perceived, is still can felt in the present. For example, Gopi has eaten all the biscuits. Gopi has eaten all the biscuits. So the work of eating, the action of eating the biscuit is already over, but the effect, what is the effect? There are not any biscuits left for you. Maybe the other person is searching for biscuits. The person went to search for the biscuits, but the person did not get any biscuits. So the sentence can be said, Gopi has eaten all the biscuits. That is why the other person hasn't got any biscuits in the kitchen. So the effect of the action is still perceived in the present. Now, second example, I have cut my finger. Now, I have cut my finger. What is the effect? And it is bleeding now. So the finger was cut before, means past, but the effect is still there. And what is the effect? It is still bleeding. Now, the third part, this third time when it is used, completed action with indefinite time means you don't know, you're not sure about the time. Indefinite time means not sure about the time. Have you read Gulliver Travels? Now, Gulliver Travels is, a very famous novel written. So, it is an adventurous novel written. So if you're asking this question, have you read Gulliver Travels, you're not talking about, you don't know about the specific time, any specific time, any particular time, you don't know. That is why you're saying, have you read Gulliver Travels? And now the second example, Mr. Hari has been to Japan. Now which particular time when he went to Japan, that you don't know. That is why you are talking about Mr. Hari has been to Japan. Has been means present perfect tense. Now something is notable here. Just below you can read, note, present perfect tense is never used with adverbs of past. So we should never use the verbs like the words like yesterday, last night, last week. So these words cannot be used. These are the adverbs of past, the adverbs which refer past. For example, he has gone to Kolkata, right? Till here it's right, but you cannot say yesterday, it is wrong. So what will be the right form? He went to Kolkata yesterday. Either you write he has gone to Kolkata, or you write he went to Kolkata yesterday. Now, moving towards the last section of today's video, that is present perfect continuous tense. In present perfect continuous tense, only one thing you have to remember. Now, present perfect continuous tense is used when an action began in the past and still going on. Now, with the help of example, I'll explain you. Example, they have been building the bridge for several months. Now, the work of building the bridge have been started in the past. You remember, the work of building the bridge already started in the past, but the construction of the building is still going on. So something you have started in the past and still doing, right? So in such kind of in such context, we can use present perfect continuous tense. Now, as I have told you, children, that in perfect continuous tenses, whether it is present or past or future, we generally use for and, oh, sorry, for or since, not and, for or since. Now you remember, for is used for to denote period of time, right? Period of time, it means 2 months, 3 months, 5 years, like these are the periods of time. And since is used to denote point of time when we talk about specific time, like since morning, since 1947, since 1990s. So in such context, we use since, means point of time, and for is used for a period of time. Now the last example, I have been living here since 1990s. Now I have been, so this the work of started, the work of started living here, it has been started from 1990. So from 1990s, that is a past time. I have started living and still I am living, means I have not left this place, still I am living at this place. So you remember, again I'm going to summarize what I have said. Present perfect continuous tense is used for an action which has started in the past and still going on. So children, hope you all have understood whatever I've explained in this video. Now in the next video, I'll be talking about past tense and future tense, right? So till then, take care. Bye bye.